Hey, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Cloak and Stagger. I am Moose, and we are continuing our Icewind Dale Rime of the Frost Maiden campaign. This is episode 16, I believe. Our last episode was very brutally interrupted by tornadoes and bad weather. So we're kind of picking up at a little bit of an awkward spot tonight, but we're going to pick up there nonetheless. We don't want to leave anybody in the dark. A few things before we get started here. I've made notes. So first of all, we will not be streaming next Saturday. At least we won't be streaming D&D. We might be streaming something. But there's quite a few of us that are probably not going to be able to make it, so we're just going to err on the side of caution and on the side of JD not ripping his hair out trying to figure out what to do. So, we'll not be doing D&D next Saturday on the 10th. However, in better news, our new campaign, Dungeons & Dragons, we're going from Shadows of the Demon Lord on Monday back to Dungeons & Dragons on Monday. And I see our, I guess we're making our bed now. That's good timing. All right. So,
Can't put it to bed,
not
right?
distracting at all to somebody with ADD. Not distracting at all. Definitely can...
I think that's a
Definitely can-
blanket statement,
yeah,
JD.
that was a
Get
blanket
it?
statement, yeah.
Blanket.
It was. That's what
So all that to bring us back, we're starting our new Dungeons and Friggin' Dragons campaign, Descent into Avernus. Wilzu, aka Sigor, is going to be DMing that. We're starting that on the 19th, as of right now, unless something crazy changes. So, on the 19th, that should be fun. I'm looking forward to it. I'm going to be playing in it again, as well a few of our other friends, because it would be weird if it was just me and Sigor. Maybe. I don't know.
I'd do it.
I'd do
still
it
do
too.
it.
No balls. The next thing I want to talk about real quick, guys, I know we kind of mentioned subs here and there, and we always, of course, appreciate the support greatly. But we do have a goal in mind as we kind of edge closer and closer back to playing D&D together in real life with cameras and a whole setup. Obviously, those of you who have been with us know that we have to transform my living room, mine, Kira's living room, every Saturday, and it's about a 2.5 to 3 hour process to do that every week. And so it's a lot. We are going to be using any of the donations or subscriptions that we get going forward to try and put money towards a place that we can actually keep permanently set up, which is a massive undertaking. It's going to take a while, but just know that if you do support the channel, that currently that is where the funds are going to, and we always appreciate it. So, lastly, this is kind of Stubbs. This is kind of branching off of the subscription conversation there. We've got a new little incentive for some subscriptions for April. So it's the 3rd. This is our first D&D stream of this month. Of course, we stream other things throughout the week, but Saturdays and Mondays D&D. Between now and April 30th, the end of the month. Actually, you know what? I'll even extend it to the 1st of May because that's a Saturday. And potentially our first real life in-person game again. But if we can get 50 subscriptions this month, Stubbs, aka Sandy Ravage, will consume the Little Nitro, the world's hottest gummy bear. We've done the Death Chip. I've done the Death Chip twice. And I know you guys like to watch us suffer. So, for 50 subs, you can see Sandy suffer. And we will make sure to do it on our first real life in-person live stream of D&D at the end of the stream. If we can get 75 subs this month, I will eat one as well with them. I'll go down that hole with you, brother. Just like
I appreciate
did
it.
before. Yeah.
Don't make me go alone.
Yeah. It's dark and I'm scared. So that's all I've got. Does anybody else have anything they want to cover before we start the game.
I'm ready to dive in. I'm ready to get in there and figure out what the hell we're doing in this town.
Yeah, that's a great question. Maybe we'll find out tonight. Before we do that, we need to have a little quick recap, which should probably be pretty quick since our stream got cut short. So I believe, Aramel, you volunteered to give us the rundown of what happened last week. So take it away, my friend.
Yep, as tribute. So last session started off, we were 6 a.m. in the morning. We're hanging out in the camp, hanging out with Sealer, and Sven and Garrett. And we're just having fun. We're definitely not picking at Sigor or Wilzu or whoever he is, not making fun of him or his personal life or his preferences or anything like that. Garrett eventually tells us that he's good to go to Targos. We don't have to escort him. So as we're starting to get ready to go, Garrett's like, all right, see ya. And then Wilzu's like, see you guys. I hate y'all. Y'all are the worst. And they took off. And we were stuck with setting the camp, or getting the camp put up. Had to do it ourselves. We barely got it. And we took off running. So we all made our way to Kaer Konig. 2 hours passed. Have fun. We were told to go to the Northern Light Inn. Kaer Konig, not too much going on. A couple of little buildings. Also ruined buildings. That upsets Wilzu that some stuff was destroyed, but that's okay. You know, it happens to the best of us. Kaer Konig is an amphitheater-style town. It's great. Starts up here, ends down here. Loch Dennishire's down here. It's cool. It's great. You should go. Garrett, we asked him some questions. He doesn't know a Prudence. He knows a Priscilla. That could be useful or not. We don't know. So once we get to town, we head to the hook, line, and sinker. As we're going, we say, see us, Vin, Svea, CLR, and Garrett, or whatever his name is. And we confirm that there's no weird crime rules before we go. When we show up, Glenn's like, hey, what's up? Here's some beer for free at the hook, line, and sinker. We don't really check to see if the beer's poison or anything like that. We just trust this guy giving us free stuff. It's cool. So we sit down, have a good talk. Sin talks to the dwarves, gets the diplomacy rolling. It's going great. But we do learn some cool stuff from that conversation. Turns out they are related to the guys who we helped the Iron way back in way long time ago. They already knew us. We got that reputation bonus. They're like, oh, you guys are all right. It's cool. And we learned, what do we learn? A couple things. Don't use ice magic on the lamp people. The town speaker is a drunkard. His name is Trovis. And we learned some of their names. And we also learned that there's been break-ins and burglaries. And they have a lot of trout, which I think we could make money on, but, you know, we'll see. And then the thunderstorm, tornado, hurricane happened, and that's where we ended.
Very good. Very good. You get inspiration tonight for doing that lovely recap. Thank you. And of course, if you don't use it, you lose it. So that's going to bring us to tonight, where I'll go ahead and transition us over back to the hook, line, and sinker, where you are all standing in front of Glenn, who had just told you that the Kaer here, or the castle, was destroyed by orcs decades ago. And you had just sort of asked him why everybody was a little bit suspicious of the dwarves, at which point he told you that things had been stolen from different homes, businesses, and all that. The only evidence that was left behind were small footprints about the size of a dwarf's in the snow that eventually lead back out into the wilderness. And that's where we'll pick up today.
All right. Okay. So there's no armory, no treasure. The speaker here apparently is a drunkard who wanders aimlessly. And there's
He's a good guy.
About.
He's a good guy. He former adventurer. He's seen things, you know? And so he has been a bit stressed out, I'll be honest. most of the people here, he sort of leans into you, they feel a bit abandoned by the rest of the towns. We are sort of isolated up here, and really the only thing we have is our agreement with the dwarves to bring us the ale to keep the people happy, but general demeanor in this town is not great, and it has taken a toll on the speaker himself.
It's also a little slick racist, too, isn't it? Just blame the dwarves because they're small? Know what I'm saying? That's messed up.
I have no problems with them. We have great dealings with the dwarves. They keep this place up and running. They keep the people that come here, well, they keep their bellies full of ale, and I think that's the only thing that's keeping this town from collapsing, just like the care. Well, orcs did that, but you get my drift.
Wilzu,
What's up?
would you say it's this town's shortcomings?
I'll narrow my eyes and nod. Yes. Yes, I would. And I know what you're hinting at. It's slightly funny, but I'm not going to show it.
That's all we need.
Well, Glenn, let me ask you this. What was the place that was robbed? Do you know where that was? Is that a house or?
Well, there's been quite a few. We've been robbed of a few things here and there. Some food. Nothing of real value, as we don't really have much anything of value here. It seems like most of the things they take are things that can be taken by hand. Nothing large. I know that the Sherrard sisters over at the Northern Light, it's the inn here, where if you're looking for a bed to stay the night, they could probably tell you more, but it's typically, well, if you would consider it anything in this town a tourist attraction, it would surely be the Northern Light, because formerly hanging above the door was, well, a light. Magical. Changed colors. It was fun. Didn't really do anything, but
Stolen?
that was the most recent thing that was stolen. And the sisters are not too happy about it. It's just down the road a bit. He sort of, kind of does a thumbs up kind of off to a direction.
Are there any kind of law enforcement, or like a sheriff or a constable or town guard?
He sort of chuckles and says, we haven't had much here for quite some time. A small militia of people who kind of know how to fight. A couple of people who really know how to fight, but Trovis, he's the kind of the captain of the militia and the speaker. There's only there's less than 200 people that's in this entire town.
Well, I think I know what we're going to do next, but Glenn, thank you for the info. You're a nice fellow who serves drinks and is nice to strangers who come in your tavern. Yes, you have a good day. Wes, outside. We need to talk.
Okay, everybody heading outside?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. So, let me switch everybody over here. You step outside into the snowy paths. Let me fix this for the stream here. Yeah. That's good enough stream. Sorry. You step out into the snow, out in front of this place, and now you're all just kind of staring at each other. What would you like to say, Wilson?
First things first, survival. We need to make sure we're still A-okay with our gear, which, Sandy, think you had a rip in your clothes, did you not?
Yeah, it's been there for quite a minute. I know I mentioned it a couple times when we were in there about getting it fixed before we did anything else, but you kind of wanted to do other things.
And now I kind of want to take care of it. So let's go ahead and get that knocked out before we do anything else.
Okay, all right, yeah.
Which way is the north? Is it the north? Wasn't it? There was a store or something.
So
Garrett was saying-
currently, you are right here at the hook, line, and sinker. Frozen Far Expeditions is just up the road a ways to the north.
Frozen Far. That's what it's called. Frozen Far Expeditions. Let's go there and see if we can get you patched up.
That'd be great. Hopefully they're not too expensive, because I don't know if I can afford it, but we'll see.
We could set up some kind of work agreement. Like, we fix your problems and you give us stuff for free.
I mean, we've done all this stuff for people, but haven't really seen a chunk of change from any of it.
No return on investment, you could say.
Yeah.
Well, we
Well-
gotta go halfway across the country to turn in the last thing we did.
Sandy,
it's
if
a-
you can't afford it, just let me know. I can help you, okay?
Oh, okay. I mean, I don't want to be a charity or anything.
No, you carry my heavy stuff for me, really. It's fine.
You know, I should start charging. All right, yeah, let's go get this fixed.
I'm trying to fix the. There we go. Whatever. Okay, so we're heading to Frozen Far. Okay, it only takes you about 5 minutes or so. You notice that the sky getting a bit darker as the kind of grayish, bleak sky turns a little more deep purple. But you walk up to the front of a fairly decent sized building with a sign out in front that says Frozen Far. And to the side you can hear dogs barking, things like that. But when you open the door and walk in, you see a familiar face. You see Garrett standing in front of a counter, and you see a couple people standing on the other side, one of which is a human, the other a dwarf. The dwarf is leaned over, and you can see her face is red, and you hear her laughing, and she says, So, tell me again, what, I mean, no offense, but you got attacked by yetis, and then you just ran away? Oh, you're done for. You're done for. You're never leading an expedition again. I'm sorry, Garrett. And then she looks and notices you and sort of, customers. Yes. Please, come in.
Should we back up, Garrett? I whisper.
Yeah, I'll be honest. I don't really care.
I'll pat Willzu on the back. There you go, bud. She's right over there.
We're not here for me. Go talk to him. Go tell him about your coat.
Hey, and I take it off. Kind of. Do you guys fix things like this?
You see the human sort of reach, or sort of lean over the counter. And he sort of examines it and says, yeah, I suppose I could stitch this up.
How much you thinking that would run me?
Well, let's see. It's got some pretty big tears. 3 claws. And he looks over at Garrett.
It was done by a yeti.
And then looks back at the rest of the group. And then looks over to the dwarf. These were the ones that saved you? Garrett says, yes, these are the ones that rescued my life. Saved my life. Multiple times.
Garrett, didn't even see you standing there.
He looks up to you and just he kind of smiles, but you can see he's definitely not the happiest person on the planet right now.
Garrett, what is the matter with you?
Well, Jarthr's right. If word gets out that I let, Yetis, murder my expedition, then, well, truth be told, probably no one will want to hire me again to go up the mountain, and suppose it's back out onto the lakes and fishing for knucklehead trout again.
You just have to sell it. Expedition person saves lives and murders Yeti on the mountain. Brave man. See, you just have to spin it positively. It's fine,
Right.
no big deal.
Start
You
your
see
own
the-
Yeti tours.
You see the dwarf sort of lean up against the counter and say, but what you really need is a real guide, someone that can take you up and show you the ropes, show you where all the dangers are, and, also not get ambushed by Yetis.
It could have happened to anybody, really. These streets are not safe. No, neither are the mountains.
She
Crime
grins
rates
and
in
says,
this area, am I right?
She grins. Never happened to me, and I've been up there countless times. Garrett sort of flashes her a look and says, I've been up there countless times too. It can happen to anyone, Jarthra.
That's right. Crime rates in this area. I'm telling you. I hear of break-ins. It's fine, Crime everywhere. It's just terrible. Garrett, you're a fine guide, I tell you. Fine guide.
Sandy, we'll eventually get your coat.
The dwarf. So all the while, Atenas is sort of inspecting the tears in it and everything. He says, "Well, with the supplies I have here, I could fix it up for a gold, I suppose."
Oh, just a gold. Then I'll kind of like look at Garrett. Huh? Just a gold for killing a Yeti to help
Garrett-
you see your
Garrett-
husband.
Garrett looks down, and he just reaches into his pocket slowly, and he takes out a gold and just places it on the counter and slides it towards the gentleman there.
Oh, perfect. There's my gold.
He takes the coat and he walks over back to the back of the room and kind of hangs it up on this sort of it's almost like what you would, not quite a mannequin, but it kind of has shoulders, something you could actually hang some clothing on. And you see him pull out some thread and some kind of heavier fabric and begin to work on it. The dwarf walks over towards you, Sandy, and looks up and says, "We don't see many Goliath around here. You're down from the mountains."
See?
From the sea.
No, I learned that from a friend. See means yes. Sorry, yes, from the mountains.
Must be a mountain thing. Right. Well, right. So, what brings you all here? You just escorted Garrett back here?
I'd like to turn around and grab Wilzu and pick him up like a kid and put him on the counter.
Have you met Wilzu?
This is my buddy Wilzu.
Hello.
He was very excited to meet you.
Yes. Have you
And
met?
I'll just one good pat on the back. Get her, Wilzu.
Like, what?
How long do we have to fraternize before the coat's repaired?
You look back and to the back of the room, and you see him working away diligently on it. And he turns around and says, "It'll probably be an hour or so."
Oh, plenty of time for a first date. I mean, get to know each other.
The dwarf says, "I'm sorry, I'm not in the dating scene, but if you need an adventure guide, now that I can help you with.
Boo.
I know this area like the back of my hand. I can take you up the mountain, I can take you around the mountain, I can take you through the tundra, wherever you need to go. for a price. But aside from that, welcome you to Frozen Far Expeditions. If you need some adventuring gear, you need some wagons or a sled. Well, wagons won't do you much good here anymore, but a sled dogs, maybe an axe beak to haul your goods. We're where you need to go.
How much for an axe beak?
Or a wagon.
She says, axe beaks will run you 50
Oh, 50. Oh,
To keep one?
to keep.
Oh.
What about the wagon?
Well, again, the wagon's not gonna do you much good here, but you're looking for a dog sled. The sled's 20, and each dog is 50.
well, that's good to know.
And how many fish do you think you could get on a sled?
Well, I suppose it depends on the size of the fish, now doesn't it?
What about the knucklehead trout?
Well, I suppose it depends on the size of the knucklehead trout, doesn't it?
We need to figure out a way to make 200 gold, it sounds like.
Do you have
Right,
anything
that's the
else that
sled
is
and
kind
the
of
fi-
rare?
Unfortunately not. Anything rare we had has been, either sold or, well, stolen, as you so kindly mentioned when you walked in here. And, first, my apologies for, what must have been a poor first impression of me. I've known Garrett for quite a while. We're a bit of friendly competition, you say. He comes here, we help him stock up. I give him a little ribbon, he gives me some in return. It's no harm, no foul, I assure you. Nothing bruised but an ego, probably. Right, Garrett? And you just see him lower his head, and he kind of smirks a little bit and just shakes his head. And he just says, "Fuck you, Jarthra."
Wow, yeah, not healthy rivalry. Gotcha. Oh, I guess I'm supposed to be up here right now.
Vilsu, why do you need 200 gold for? What are you trying to buy?
Well, it just came to me, and if we're at a place that actually sells axe beaks, and we're wanting to constantly go out on the frozen hellscape, it might be wise to have something to help us move a little better, move a little quicker on the tundra, right?
Yes.
Oh, yes, I understand now.
Here's an opportunity to become a cavalry. You know, it's a chance to actually do better, faster, stronger.
Well, if
Harder.
we find that cauldron,
The cauldron. I'm not gonna lie. My hopes are kind of floating up in the sky, really high, someplace I can't reach right now. About the cauldron.
we'd
Like
have
what,
300 gold left.
3 feet?
Do you know, I'm not familiar with axe beaks. I don't know how. I imagine I've probably seen them my whole life, but I'm not familiar with them. If I were to purchase one, would it sleep in the tent with me, or is it warm? Will it be warm enough to sleep outside of the tent?
It could sleep outside of the tent for
And
as long as the weather wasn't too bad, and as long as you keep it fed.
what do they eat? That's another good question.
Well, normally meat of some kind.
Hey.
And she kind of goes into detail about what they eat and what it would equate to from a gameplay perspective. An axe beak, which effectively is the same as a mule. It counts as a large creature for hauling good. They're mainly beasts of burden. They can be ridden, but they're mainly used for beasts as a beast of burden. But they eat what is the equivalent of about 4 rations per day.
Per day?
Oof.
They're big. Think chocobo size. Full grown
We can't
chocobo.
just get some geisha greens and they'll be good to go for like a whole day.
While she's talking, I would have asked her if she knows they can hold a Goliath.
Yeah.
Uh,
I get 2.
well, Probably, but not very easily, and probably would need a break every now and again. You're quite a large boy.
Oh, I'm not the one you should be focusing on. And I pat Wilzu again on the back.
Again, and she looks at you, Wilzu. With peace and love, not interested.
Hey, lady, neither am I. This guy's weird.
She's in love. She loves you, Wilzu.
What's wrong with your friend?
I can't answer that lately, but he means goodwill. Regardless, I guess while we're having this conversation, a little information wouldn't. What, Sim? Is that you?
Yeah, I want to buy something actually. I meant to buy it a while ago, but I've remembered now. I don't know what it's called though. Could you help me?
What does it do?
You know, if I'm climbing something, say in this god awful tundra, you know, I have these fancy crampon shoes that I can stick my feet in, but you know the little pick, like a pickaxe? Is that what it's called?
You need some climbing gear.
Would that, I guess? Yeah,
Aye.
maybe? Do I have climbing gear already? No, I don't.
Hold on, let me check for you and make sure I'm not holding an extra pair of climbing gear. No, you don't.
Yeah,
How
I don't
much
have
does
climbing
it?
gear.
How much does it weigh? That could be a problem.
She reaches beneath the counter and pulls out a pack and kind of thumps it on the counter and says, "Aye, you need a climber's kit. You've got some pittons, you've got some extra boot tips, you get a harness, and a couple of picks here." She kind of picks it up. About 12 pounds. It'll run you 20 gold.
Would that have helped us, like, climbing up the mountain and stuff like that?
Yes. One of you.
Well, if we go
Okay,
climbing,
cool.
we should buy that.
I just wonder if I might come across a time when I will need it.
You're not interested in purchasing slightly used weaponry, are you?
What are you selling?
I'll pull out my maul. I don't think I'll be needing this as much anymore.
She turns around and kind of glances at your axe on your back and says, "I guess not. I don't even want to know where you got that." But she looks at the maul, kind of looks it up and down. It's got a few dents and dings in it here, but nothing that can't be repaired. I tell you what, I'll give you 7 gold for it.
I kind of like look at Sin being the one with the most money around here. Kind of look around everybody, like trying to think if that's a good price. Okay. You know what? Yeah. I could 7 gold. I could do you a favor. Yeah, I'll take it.
Very well. And she picks it up, and she takes it back to another little spot on the wall, and you can see she kind of lifts it up and hangs it, and looks over at the gentleman who's currently sewing your jacket and says, "We got your next project, repairing this mall. Looks like it's seen some combat. That's what you used to kill the Yeti?"
Oh, no, Garrett did all that.
Garrett, you killed the
Yeah.
Yeti. He just sort of smiles and shrugs.
I
Well,
killed the Yeti.
I'll be. But, anything else I can get for you? You look like you had something on your mind there, She's looking over at you, Wilzu, as if she's trying to recall your name.
Yeah. I did have a question for you. Thieves in the town. Any ideas?
Well, few people thought that it was me, until we got robbed. Lost a couple of little things, nothing important. And then they thought it was me even more, trying to cover it up, but truth be told...
What little things?
Well, there was a little thing of pearls that we had. There was a Little black rock they took too. Don't know why.
A black rock, you say?
Yeah.
So nothing like a full helmet or like a piece of plate mail. Nothing that large. Literally can fit in the palm of my hand size.
Yes. Well, she looks at your hands. Maybe their hands, but sure. The point stands.
Okay. That's all I wanted to ask. And I'll hop off the counter.
And she looks over to Garrett and says, Garrett, your dogs and your sled will be ready here in a few minutes and you can be on your way. I'd advise you probably steer clear of Cardinival. Speaker's been missing there. Weird things happening, but you can go around. You know the way. And he nods. And he looks back to you guys and says, apparently he's been missing there for some time, but that's not my problem. I need to get home.
I send a message to Wilzu. It's on the list. I whisper in my head. For some reason.
I'll look at him and just nod.
Garrett takes a step back and looks at the two behind the counter and says, Tennis, Charthra, it is a pleasure, as always, but it's going to be dark soon and I need to at least make it down to East Haven before dark sets in. And Jarthra says, well, be careful out there. Don't run into any more Yeti, you know. And she says, but really, be careful. And Tennis barely looks away from what he's doing and kind of just gives a little wave and goes back to sewing. Garrett takes another step back and looks to all of you and says, I genuinely hope to see you again in Targos. I can't thank you enough again for everything that you've done.
I'm sure our paths will cross.
He nods.
Yeah, thanks for fixing the jacket.
He nods and turns away, and you see him open the door. And when he does, you feel this kind of burst of just frigid air kind of come in and whip through the room. And then it closes, and you hear a thump, almost like a suction sound as the door closes behind him. And a few moments later, you hear the sound of dogs barking, leather kind of snapping, and the dog sounds fade and fade and fade and fade.
Do they have any, just looking around the table, do they have any studded leather?
It looks like... Hold up here. I believe so. So looking around, it does look like they have one set of studded leather. Yeah.
I have to make a note.
What do you want studded leather for?
Why are you asking me the question that I did not say out loud?
Oh, I'm just kidding. JK. I saw you eyeing it. I was wondering why you were looking at it.
Well, yes. Realizing my cards are showing. It would be an upgrade, if you will, from what they have now. But it is not in the books, if you will.
I think he's saying he can't afford it.
Yes. Yes. I can't afford it. Yes.
It's okay. We're all poor here, Aramil.
Yes.
Well,
I'm 7 gold richer.
yes.
And you see Jarthra smile and say, and look at you. It looks great on you.
What happens
Jarthra.
if you're encumbered?
You can't move?
Are you asking out of game?
Yeah.
If you are encumbered, I believe that means that you move at half speed.
Oh. Okay.
But I can double check on that.
Hey, Sandy, did you get your coat back already?
You'd have to wait here for an hour. It's been about 15 minutes.
Oh shit!
Oh, I thought.
No, I have not. He's still working on it, Wilzu. I know you. I know you can't look past the dwarf, but
you see the human turn around and say, "I'm working on it. It takes time. Do you want to be
No,
protected
no
from the
rush.
cold
I'm
or
not
not?"
rushing you. Don't mind Wilzu. He gets a little antsy
I'm
there's-
absolutely
when there's
rushing him.
women
Around
in the
pretty
room.
women.
He
Are
says,
either of you familiar with potions? Sorry for interrupting.
Jarthra says, "No, not familiar here. Not really any alchemists here in town. The closest thing we have to alchemy is ale. You can get plenty of that at the Hook, Line, and Sinker or the Northern Light.
Apparently the first one free.
Ah, that's the Hook.
And then it's line and sinker from there, right?
Yes, if you stay till closing, that's when most people sink. Yes."
You know, we don't really know you, so I'm just gonna ask you something. Do you know anything about the Dwergar or the Dark Dwarves?
There. Well, if they're more than legend, I've never seen one. Suppose if they were gonna come up from their underground layers, that this would be the place to do it. They like the dark. But where I come from, they've just been talked about to scare the kids to go to bed.
Are there any stories of areas of location near here to avoid?
In Icewind Dale! Everywhere!
Well, maybe just this place here.
Well, nothing outside of the stolen goods has been really been going on here. It's pretty boring here most days.
Do y'all happen to have I didn't look, but a large ship that's been frozen in ice on the water by chance? Something that no one tends to frequent.
She says, there hasn't been a operable ship out there for, oh gosh, at least a year and a half. There are some smaller ones, some dinghies. The only ones that had any sort of size to them were the ones that came here from, you see her kind of scowl, East Haven. And they stopped that, and they stopped trying about a year ago. And that's when we've been just here on our own since then.
Well, we happened to kill some dark dwarves on a boat in a different city.
Wait. You mean to tell me you've killed what you think are Dwergar?
Oh, they were.
We're looking for them.
You see her ponder for a moment. That's the case, then that is not good. Not good indeed. For everything I've heard about them, where they go, trouble follows, and lots of it. If they've come up from the surface because of the lack of sun here, they're undoubtedly up to something terrible. But I've not seen any here.
The ones we encountered were able to change size.
That's what the stories say. They can get as big as you. She looks up to Sandy.
Bigger.
Oh. Well, perhaps maybe there's something, I don't know. Maybe there's something to that here. I've not seen anything, though. And she just sort of looks at you and says, well, are you gonna buy anything or just kind of stand around?
I look at Wilzu and just...
No, no, no. We're gonna continue interrogating you about everything we know. Please, Ariel, Sandy, if you'd like.
Would you settle for 15 gold for the climber's kit?
She narrows her brow and says, 17, and you've got a deal.
16? I don't like odd numbers.
All right, 16.
Okay, deal.
Didn't you offer 15 at first?
Yeah, then she counter offered 7.
But then your counter was 16, and you said you don't like odd numbers, but you started with 15.
It's different.
5 are different.
She meant prime numbers.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
thank you.
All right,
Thank you,
sorry.
Edamel.
That's why you didn't want 17. It's a prime.
And okay. 16.
I will add it to your.
Remove. Perfect.
Do you need me to hold on to that?
I have to see when it's added to my inventory if I can carry it. Right now I'm unencumbered, but tis heavy.
You are
so-
over carrying capacity now.
Nope.
By how much?
It says in your equipment.
Yeah.
If you click your weight carried, it'll say what your capacity is.
You are.
By 7.94. What can I
Oh.
get rid of? Let's.
You got torches?
Do I need fine clothes? I'm not going out to
You
a
have
fine
15
restaurant.
rations that are weighing you down 30 pounds.
Can somebody hold some of my rations? They're very heavy.
I appreciate you saying someone, but we all know the answer.
Well, can you help me?
Yeah, how many
I
do you
could-
need?
I could take like a couple. I could take like 2.
I could take all 30, to be quite honest.
Well, Wilzu, we gotta wait an hour. I don't know what else should we do.
Well, that's. I've been wanting to say this for the last 10 minutes. Let's go to the inn and go ahead and establish a room for the evening. Plus, we could get more details about these thieves.
Sandy, I'm giving you 10 of my rations.
Just 10?
Yeah, I'm gonna keep 5.
Oddly inspired by Wilzu, I just start following him. Yes, we should go.
If we stay here, Sin will literally come up with a new reason every minute to buy or haggle or something. Just, I'll be outside.
Hey, this is better than getting us kicked out of here.
Okay, so you all walk outside again. The wind sort of biting and howling at you. You notice that the sky has gone from kind of a light purplish pink to a deep purple.
Was there smoke on the water? And fire in the sky. So,
Kinda-
to the Northern Light Inn, right?
Yeah, to the Northern Light Inn. Also, those ruins we passed on the way in here. What, you know, I've got my suspicions, but that wouldn't be too bad a place for, the thieving type to hang out, would it?
I was about to bring up that I think me and Airmo are on the same page inside, where they're probably somewhere where nobody else visits.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking we could take it over and this would be our town. We build a new castle.
I mean,
We call it Care Was.
Wilsu, would that beat your brother?
Is this your... Yeah, would this beat your
know-
brother? We have our own city.
Owning my own keep would certainly put me leagues, catching up, but not quite the level of power that he had. I'm pretty sure if he came here, he'd be able to, pretty much just take it by force if he wanted to.
Saying he could beat Was single-handedly?
I'm pretty sure, no, I debate a second whether or not I want to say this next part. He's become something quite powerful. So yes, I think he would be able to take us without an issue currently.
Oh,
Is he the one causing all the problems here?
No, I don't. Wait. I don't know.
That's what to cause family drama.
I actually don't know. I know he's here, and I know he's taunted me to come here, and he's gained this new incredible power, but I don't think it's related to the cold. But what if it is?
Maybe
What if
my
it
mind is blown.
is?
Maybe he has the power to be an asshole and fuck up
Oh my
shit.
goodness. Maybe it's your brother. What will we do?
Would you
Well,
be able
kill
to
him.
kill your brother
Oh,
to
absolutely.
save everybody else?
Without hesitation.
Okay. I mean, if you're down, I'm down.
Sandy barely finished the question.
Wilzu, I've got your back.
Nothing more than to see his smug face down in the snow, bleeding beneath my feet, brought down by my hand. That would be a sight. Give me a moment. I need to think about that.
Wilzu, I'm impressed.
So am I.
Oh,
I'm getting off track. Let's keep going to the Northern Lights. Yes, but let's keep that thought in our heads.
And you know the Northern Lights from where you are is just a couple spots down to the southeast, so to the east of where you are now.
All right, yeah, we're going. We're there.
Are you?
Oh, we have to.
Is it,
Where am I
this,
going?
is it this place?
Is it- wow, looks like everybody's just warping across the room, so I'm gonna bring everybody back for a second.
I was going space by space.
Everybody hold up. Everybody hold up a minute. Wilzu, you're coming back. Alright.
I was
I need-
going.
really doing this. Oh my god.
I was going
I need-
space by space.
There's a reason for this, you little gnome. I need all of you to make a perception check.
I see it. What is
I
it?
see nothing.
Okay. Wilzu, the man most in a hurry, notices this. You see, just out of your peripheral vision, as the snow is falling, there's a pile of snow. And that snow starts to move and stir. And as you pass it, someone hidden beneath it suddenly stands up, large, and looks at you. The figure looks around, almost a bit bewildered, and says, Who goes there? Is it thieves? Have I found the creeping bastards? And you see, coming out of this mound of snow, a very large, silver dragonborn.
And he just came up out of the snow.
Yes, and you see, he's holding a wine bottle in his hand, almost as if it's a weapon.
I'll point at him and shout, "Home this dragonborn! Identify yourself!"
He looks directly at you, and you see his brow furrows, and he's got kind of a scarf covering his face. He pulls it down, and you see, the full face of this silver dragonborn, and he belches, just lets out a large belch, and sort of grins at you and says, "Pardon my manners. Bit jittery with all the thieving going on. I'm Trovis, the town speaker."
Ah, yes it is.
Oh gods.
And he sort of stumbles out of the snowdrift and walks over to you. "And who might you be? You're new here."
We're Was. That's
Hello,
Wilzu,
Was.
Aramul, Sucinda, and Sandy. That's our team name. Yeah, I'm Wilzu. Hello, speaker of this town. Why were you in a pile of snow?
He rubs his head, and he just drops the wine bottle on the ground, and it sort of sinks into the snow. He says, "Well, I was looking for thieves, and I suppose I had a little bit too much, and well, to be honest, I don't remember how I got here."
Well, at least you're in your own town.
Right, but the point is, the town, my town, that I'm responsible for, has thievery troubles, and no one's seen anything. Really. I mean, just the other night, the lantern over at the Northern Light was stolen. And it seems like he's trying to hold back hiccups. And Corey, oh God, she won't let me hear the end of it, because I haven't been able to find anyone responsible. Not yet,
Please tell
anyway.
us.
I have a knack for this stuff. He sort of shakes his finger at you. Go ahead.
Please tell us you're not going around saying the thieves everywhere you look, right? Because that will not help.
Look, I don't need some newcomer coming into town to tell me how to find the thieves, all right? I once kicked a half-ogre down a river and watched it float away. He was yelling obscenities just while he floated away. I don't know whatever happened to him. And another time, I tricked a group of kobolds into believing I was a dragon. I was in humanoid form, and I displayed my icy breath before them, and they thought I was a god. And then, the next time, the orcs, I was outnumbered. I cut them, and he just seems to be going on and on.
Yeah, that's wild, man. Yeah, you get it. You get him, okay? You find those thieves. Let's go, Wes. We got things to do.
Well,
I start walking away.
I need to go to the Northern Light and tell Corey that we didn't find anything again last night, but maybe tonight. And he
Good luck.
starts walking past you and says, "Here, let me take you. Let me show you the way." And he walks to the next building over, and he says, "It's this one with the missing light."
Oh, this one, huh? Cool. Thanks, guy.
Man, this guy is awesome.
This guy, want this guy to go away.
Well, he runs the place. We can't just.
He was drunk. He's fucking sleeping in the snow, Aramo.
Well, we found him. Who's worse?
The owner for a prize?
Who's worse, the bard at the other place or this guy?
Please, after you, speaker.
Right. Let me get the door. He opens the door for
God.
you. And you do feel this kind of warm air come out. And he leads you inside and approaches the bar here. And as he gets a little closer, you see a woman back behind it. And she looks up as you enter and sort of gives Trovis this chastising smile and says, "Trovis, did you fall asleep outside again? I'm telling you, one day you're gonna have to stop relying on the kindness of strangers." And then there's a door behind her that looks like it goes into kind of a kitchen. And she just sort of opens it up and yells, "Heat something up for Trovis. He's been out patrolling again." And she walks around.
For thieves.
She walks around the bar, and or the tavern, or the bar, and you notice that the tavern is mostly empty. And she takes Trovis and leads him into a chair here, and says, "Trovis, just sit here, just for a moment." And she turns to you and says,
Just treat him
"Hi.
like a child.
Greetings. My name is Allie. What can I do for you?"
Hello, Allie. We are, we were hoping first to get a room for tonight, so we'll probably be staying here for the evening.
Wonderful. We have, let's see, we have 4 rooms. No one's staying here tonight. No one stayed here in a while, actually.
Oh, perfect.
brand.
One bed per room?
1 bed per room.
You say red brand.
Yeah. I shoot an arrow at this guy.
Well, that's awfully convenient. We haven't had our own rooms in a while now. We're actually here for another reason as well. We'll talk about cost for the rooms in a moment. You have a thief problem. Your cool light was stolen. The northern light that hangs in front of your tavern, or inn, right?
She walks quickly back around the backside of the bar and leans over, and she says, Yes, you've heard of the problems. Are you here to help?"
You could say something as such. We are an adventuring group seeking to further our fame, we are known as Wes, and you have a problem. The whole town seems to have a problem, and we may or may not be looking into it a bit. It's actually on accident a bit, but how we found your friend over there, and I'll point to Trovis.
She just sort of shakes her head and says, He really does mean well. It's been hard. It's been hard here.
Well, any details you could tell us about what was stolen and when might help us out.
Well, let's see. I believe it was 2 nights ago. The light in front of our tavern was stolen, just disappeared. And all that was left were tracks. Small tracks. Not too small, but small. And I'll tell you, I have a hunch. I think that the endless winter has caused the dwarves to be desperate for food. I think
I audibly sigh and start lowering my head. Yeah, keep going. Sorry, keep going.
I think that they've made their way here to try and steal valuables and sell them elsewhere for food. But in contrast, and she sort of rests her hand under her chin, I'm sort of surprised that no one here has seen or heard the dwarves. A quiet dwarf is sort of an oxymoron.
But they do provide this town ale, though, yes?
I do suppose so, and shortly after, another woman emerges from the back of the kitchen, and this woman has more of a stern look on her face, and she's holding a steaming bowl of soup, and she walks around and places the bowl in front of Trovis, and sort of gives him a pretty solid pat on the side of his cheek, and say, Wake up, Trovis. I'm sure you have another long night of searching for thieves in front of you. And she turns and looks at Allie and looks at you and says, No dwarf did this. Someone would have spotted him. Caught him. No. She kind of taps the table. There's something more going on here. Besides, what use do hungry dwarves have for a lantern?
Who do you think stole it?
She says, Honestly, I don't know. I've just seen the tracks leading out from the places, well, just from here, really, but from what Trovis says, it's from everywhere, and then they disappear into the snow. It's every morning, fresh tracks.
Is that right? Every morning, huh?
Without fail.
Is that the moment the sun peaks morning, or like slightly after the sun's up morning?
Well, I suppose depending on how hard it snows, that could vary, but there are tracks every day, every morning.
Where are our manners?
If
I
you are
whisper to
here-
Wilzer.
If you are here to help, we would greatly appreciate it. We don't have, as you can see, and you see her sort of wince, almost like it pains her to say this. We don't have a lot of coin, but we can offer you free room and board. We can offer you even a few free flagons of beer on us if you can figure this out and bring the lantern back to us.
Is that up front?
Bless you.
Thank you, darling.
It
Oh,
is-
we're West, by the way. West.
It is up front, and as long as you need it until you bring the lantern back.
Deal.
And we're West, by the way. We're an adventuring group.
Oh yeah, we introduced ourselves to the other later. Yeah, we're you probably
That's
heard
you.
from the kitchen, but yeah, that's us. We're Wes.
Elbow Wilzer.
Well, Wes, it is certainly a relief to have, and she looks over at Trovis, fresh eyes on the matter. And she turns to Trovis, who's just sort of nursing his soup a little bit. And he looks up and says, It's so hot. It needs to cool down a bit. And you see him actually just blow a light bit of frost out of his mouth on the soup, and then sort of eat it a little bit more. And she looks to Allie and says, "Allie, these four, their rooms on the house for tonight, their meals on the house for tonight." And she looks back to you, Wilzu. "Within reason. We don't
Within
run a
reason.
charity, but we are happy to help those who are happy to help us and our town, as we've been abandoned by everyone else." And she sort of whips back around the counter and goes back into the kitchen.
Allie, what's your sister's name?
That's Corey. She can be pretty straightforward.
Corey, Ali, whoever. Is there anywhere that has not been broken into yet, so that maybe we can go there to see if maybe someone will break in there tonight?
That I don't know. There are plenty of buildings here. Most homes. You've probably seen the staples of the town so far, and it seems fairly random where it's broken in.
I see.
But I can tell you this, whether or not a place is broken in, it seems as though there are tracks outside of most of them. As Corey said, most mornings, out of almost everywhere.
Come morning, we should investigate this then. But until then, I guess we're kind of just wandering freely. Has it been about an hour since?
It has. It's actually getting pretty dark outside.
Okay. I say we go pick up your coat, Sandy, and then maybe either call it a night or check one more spot before we head in.
Okay. Where do you would like to go?
She says, I would advise, with everything going on, you do look like a capable lot, but we still don't know what's happening here, and it would be wise to be careful going out after dark. Trovis, he is a proven warrior. I just met you, so I can't speak for yourself. I'm just offering a simple word of caution.
Well, we appreciate the warning, but if we cannot survive being out in the dark in a town, then what adventuring group are we?
I suppose you make a good point.
All right. Oh, well, we're gonna head back to the Frost something expedition and go get a coat. We'll be back for those rooms. Have some mugs of ale too. We'll be back soon.
Okay, and we'll go ahead and fast forward.
Frozen Far expedition.
Yeah, you go back to Frozen Far. Atenas is done with your repairs on your winter gear. Was there anything anybody was wanting to do, kind of fast forwarding a little bit through this? We spent a lot of time in Frozen Far earlier.
I got something I want to do after the Frozen Far thing.
Okay, what would you like to do?
I want to ask my group. Okay, before we head to the inn tonight, what do you guys think about taking a poke around those ruins before we turn in?
Ooh,
I feel fine with that. I'm just a little sneezy.
it happens.
I have a spell from Asterix I'd like to use there. Maybe I could see something useful.
Oh, yes.
I was
Is
gonna
everyone, just in case, ready to fight?
Yeah, always be ready for a fight, especially at a place like what we're going to. That has ambush all over it, especially at nighttime.
Okay.
I was
Yes.
going to say maybe one of us should stay up and watch the town at night.
Percy Blue, good to see you.
It's not a bad idea. That person would have to suffer no rest for the night, though, right?
Yeah.
Is
Maybe if
anyone
they
willing to
can-
volunteer for that? That's kind of painful.
I don't mind. I don't need a lot of sleep to get recharged, if you will.
Oh, well, yeah, by all means, man. If you're volunteering, but after we check the ruins, yes?
Yes.
Right. Okay, let's go take a look.
Yes. I'm going to be on autopilot. I have to go blow my nose. I will be right back. I keep sneezing.
Okay.
We will watch after you.
So, you are all at the red marker down here at the Northern Light. I'm sorry, you are leaving Frozen Far. My mistake. And you're making your way to the ruined care up here.
Correct.
Okay. So the light from day has now completely gone, and you see that green and purple and blue aurora rippling through the sky as you make your way to the ruined care. And as you arrive there, you see this place. There are various remnants of kind of towers and gates, walls, and then kind of smaller houses within that have long since collapsed. Everything's pretty heavily covered in ice, snow, and frost. There doesn't look to be there doesn't look to be anything there that could be used as a shelter or anything. This place has seen years and years of neglect.
Okay, so we're there right now, right?
We're there, yeah.
Okay. Okay. I guess let's kind of fan out, kind of dig around, see if we can find anything out of the normal here. And I am gonna need 10 minutes. I am going to see if we notice any magical things in this area.
Well, do you want it to split up, gang, or do you want to wait around you for 10 minutes and then split up, gang?
I would say be within earshot. You know, you don't have to stand right next to me, but be in the area. If I yell, ah, be able to get to me really quick.
Okay, great. And I'll just sit down.
I'm gonna start casting detect magic as a ritual,
Okay.
and once I have it on, I'm just gonna start wandering around while channeling it.
Okay. So what is everybody else doing while he is channeling this?
I'm walking around, kind of peeking around things and looking for any, I don't know, doorways or anything that would need to be looked in.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, any actual doors have long since been splintered. You can see some remnants of doors actually have, shattered from what looks like sword or axe swings. This place looks to have been absolutely pillaged, is what it looks like, based on everything. But I'll go ahead and have everybody except Wilzu make an investigation check.
I'd like to look around for maybe like a secret door or something like that.
Okay.
Yikes.
We are terrible at investigating.
Okay. Looking around and kind of brushing off areas of snow and frost, you see nothing more than just the remnants of a once large keep that, from what you understand, fell to orcs decades ago. But I'll say about 10 minutes passes, and Wilzu, you complete your ritual, and a light glaze sort of goes over your eyes as you look around. And in your immediate vicinity, you don't see anything magical there in particular. No aura, nothing glowing or anything like that. But I'd like you to make an investigation check for me now.
All right. Oof.
Okay. And looking around, you don't see anything out of the ordinary for what you would expect to be in a ruin. You don't see any footprints. The snow at this point in certain areas is up to your waist almost as you're wading through it. The cold at this point is just, it's almost like a dullness, like a dull pain, as it kind of just is blistering on your face on the areas that aren't covered by cold weather gear. but nothing magical here. This place
And,
seems completely abandoned.
That'd be the same results if I went around the whole perimeter with
Yeah.
the detect magic on.
There doesn't seem to be anything or anyone here.
Okay, I'll stop my channeling of detect magic and let out another audible sigh. All right, everyone, fall in. It looks like damn. I thought for sure something would have been up with this place, but I didn't see anything. Not even with magic sight. Did you guys find anything at all?
No.
No.
No, nothing.
Well, positive side, I guess nothing's wrong with this place then, and it's not being used for any nefarious means, so
True.
we don't even have to worry about it. Now
That's
it's
off the list.
exactly. It is freezing cold. Let's go back to the Northern Light. Post haste.
Okay, so making our way back to the inn there. Okay. It only takes you probably about 10 minutes to get there. It seems to get colder and colder as you make your way there. But you do find yourself back in the warmth of the Northern Light. And when you walk in, Allie looks at you and says, "Ah, you're back. Did you find what you were looking for?"
Yes, this coat. Oh, cutting off Wilzu.
Oh yeah,
Sandy.
we got a coat.
Yes. Now I'm warm, and my chest isn't showing.
She says, "Here, please have a seat." And she says, "Trovis, come over here to your chair." And he just sort of grumbles, "Right, I don't have much time. I've got to go out and make sure that, well, nothing else gets stolen."
My screen. I don't
Yeah,
know
I
what
went black.
happened.
Oh, yep, I see that. Let me fix it. I think I figured
I
out
mean,
how
my
to fix
eyes.
this.
My eyes.
And then I turn it back on. And do this. Maybe. Nope. Okay. I'll just do this then.
It is fine. I can still see where I'm at. Oh, there goes everybody. I see my friends again. Perfect.
Okay, quick drink and then I guess early to bed, so we can be early to rise and catch some weird traces of footprints. Or Airmill, you're actually going to be up for most of the night, right?
Yes.
Perfect.
If you can give me about 3 or 4 hours tomorrow to catch some sleep, I'll be set.
That should be an issue.
Oops.
Sandy,
not to
the
move things
table's
around.
very light.
Sorry, I just get so excited when I see food. I just kind of bump into it.
Yeah.
Allie brings you out some cooked knucklehead trout, as well as a few mugs of ale, and says, "Let me know if you need anything else." It's back
Thank you.
behind the counter.
We should leave a tip, right? Like a gold?
I mean, that stuff's getting a little hard to come by now, my friend.
Yeah, but we are eating and drinking for free.
No. We're eating and drinking because we're looking into their problem.
For no charge.
The charge is their problem. We might get back their stolen light.
You
Which
hear
that's,
Trovis from the distance. "I hope you can. I've had no luck."
Yeah, that's I'm sure we'll figure something out, Trovis. But you've done a good job so far, man.
Trovis, is anyone in the city investigating this besides you, like a guard?
As you ask that, you start to see him say "me," and then he says, "Well, our town guard is more of a militia. We've had a few people try to follow the tracks, to no avail. I think most of them are cowards. Not me, though. I could tell you a story or two."
No, that's okay, Travis. We're probably calling it an early night. Soon as we're done eating here, okay? I hastily start eating.
Okay. The trout is good. The ale is good. Obviously, you guys can see the rooms now. Is there anything anyone would like to say or do before you go to bed?
Is someone gonna wake me up in the morning?
Yeah, I can get you.
All right, appreciate it. I'll just get up and start. Night, Travis.
Well, I'm gonna go
Oh,
find
the door's
somewhere.
locked.
I'm gonna
Here, I'll
find
fix it.
somewhere in the city to perch up and try and blend in for a couple hours.
Bless you. There you go.
Thank you.
Door should be unlocked now.
Oh, there it is. Thanks, Travis.
Anytime.
Right, Admiral. Yeah, you stay safe out there, okay, buddy? It's gonna be freaking cold.
Yes,
Yes, Adam, call for us in your brain if you need us, okay?
will do.
Okay.
Good night. Thank you so much.
Allie says, make sure to wake up early. The earlier you can get out there, the better chance you have of tracking them.
Absolutely. We'll find whatever little thieves are running around. Don't you worry. We're good at this.
What time is it now?
It's later in the afternoon, probably close to 6,
And I need how many hours of sleep? 8?
8. You can sleep longer.
Oh.
You're in town. You can sleep as long as you want.
Ask my wife on Sundays.
We should be able to wake up at like 4 in the morning and be good to go going to bed this early.
I'll get up and go talk to Allie.
Allie acknowledges you, looks at you, and says, yes, what can I get for you?
Can you come wake me up in about 4 hours?
Absolutely. If that's what you need.
Yes, thank you.
You see Trovis wander up and sort of reach over the counter and say, Allie, usual, gotta stay warm. And she just sort of smiles and reaches under the under the counter and pulls out a wine bottle and hands it to him. And he turns to you and says, if I don't catch him tonight, I hope you catch him tomorrow. And he
Yeah.
just sort of wanders back out of the inn and into the street again.
Yes, indeed. Shouting for thieves.
And then you hear in the distance, thieves!
Before I go to bed, I want to make sure that there are no small holes in the perimeter of my room, so no tiny little dwarves can sneak in.
Sure. Yeah, you inspect this place. It looks pretty well shored up, actually. Much better than
Okay.
the Luskan Arms in Targos, for sure.
I would like to set an internal alarm of 3:30 a.m. for me to wake up.
Okay.
That'll give me plenty of sleep.
Anything else anybody's wanting to do in the meantime? Okay.
Sleep.
All right. Well, I'm gonna go ahead and say you guys benefit from a full rest. So all health, all hit die, all spell slots, you get all that back. And we're gonna take a 15-minute break, and we'll be back and continue this mystery. See what's going on. So everybody that's out there right now, hang in there. We will be back. Okay, we are back. Thank you all for waiting. We're going to jump right back into it and continue on here. So, you all successfully gain the benefits, like I said, of a full rest. You get everything back. You're fresh. You're good to go. So, Cinda, you made your way out throughout the town. You found a couple of tracks, which were you then lost as they kind of went over rocks and things like that, and then were filled with snow. Aramel, you looked out over the town, and you saw Sucinda sort of looking around, poking in and out, but you did not see anything yourself. And so now it is, we're going to fast forward a little bit, and we're going to say it's about 6:30 a.m. And Allie sees you sitting. She kind of comes out of the back and sees that you are all sitting there, and she brings you both a mug of water and a freshly cooked knucklehead trout. Sandy and Wilzu, the smell of fresh cooked fish start to sort of fill your nostrils, almost to the point where it actually wakes you up, almost like smelling bacon in the morning.
I'm gray again.
Are you?
Yep.
Okay.
It
I am
happened
not.
while I was moving.
Is it just you that's gray? What the-
I think it is just Aramel. I'm not gray.
refresh your page.
Sure.
And then when you
Ali,
move your token, let me know if it goes gray again.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
do you have, this is a very rare liquid, but you never know. Do you have something called coffee here?
You see her sort of close her eyes and smile and say, oh, I haven't had coffee in years.
Oh,
Unfortunately, no.
I just
Ale-
wanted to check.
Ale and water. We have an endless supply of water.
Water will be great. Thank you, Ali.
And some of that fish.
And I drink my water.
Wilzu, she kind of goes back and grabs you a mug as well and puts it in your place as you enter Sandy's room.
You enter Sandy's room, I'm gonna just put my hand on the shoulder and start pushing a bit. Yo, Sandy! Sandy, it's morning time.
Did you bring me food?
It's actually out on the table. You can probably smell it.
Oh yeah, you could just bring it in here. And I
No,
kind of
no.
like roll over.
We gotta talk, no, Sandy. No, we gotta talk out there. Come on, we got some tracks to follow. We gotta eat quick.
Before they come to the table, I'll say to Sin, I see you didn't find anything last night.
Well, no, I mean, I thought I did for a minute, but it disappeared. I don't know.
I thought about messaging you, but I decided just to stay low. Don't worry, I had an arrow ready.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, let's eat quick and go follow what you found, Aramel. You did find something, right?
Yes, I have a full report.
Excellent.
I found nothing.
What? What? You found nothing.
Corey walks out from behind the kind of the divider that's in the kitchen and walks to your table and leans over and says, "You best eat quickly. There are fresh tracks out here."
What?
Thank you, Corey. I saw
Impossible.
some last night and then I lost them.
Yes, same. I was out till dawn.
She just shrugs and shakes her head and says,
Where?
would-
I'm...
I would eat before you head out."
Thank you, Corey. You're a fine tracker.
I look at her demeanor when she says that and like, what does that mean? Kinda...
Doesn't seem like there was any intent behind it.
Are her shoes covered in snow?
They are wet, for sure.
I sent a message to Wilzu. She's the one who did it.
I immediately when he says that,
And then I like start to shake my head. And he looks at me.
no,
Yes.
no. I'll say out loud. No, no, no. Don't let the racism get to you too, Airmill. No.
She's not a dwarf, I say out loud.
But she's not. Was she a dwarf?
No, they're both humans.
Oh shit. Oh, maybe. Why would she tell us about tracks? What's the?
I'm
We need to
following
eat-
her
we need
out.
to eat. Get out there. I'm eating quickly.
She just goes and waits by the door.
I'm also eating.
Show me now. I will eat in a moment.
She says, "Very well," and she takes you outside, around the side of the building, and you can see where there are tracks here before, like her tracks, that sort of fit her size boot. And she makes her way around the building. Are you following?
Yeah. Yeah, I follow.
I'm not seeing your character move. Are you able to move your character?
Oh, I thought we were leaving the board.
No. And she brings you actually back to the back of the building, where there is a small one. There's not on the map, but there's a small window that looks into the kitchen. And she is sort of standing about probably 10 feet away, and she points to a fairly fresh set of tracks that are not. You're able to, I'd say without a roll, you're able to deduce that they're not the same size boot print as what she has. And they lead off into the distance.
How long was what was the time difference for me coming inside and now? Like 30 minutes? An hour?
Maybe an hour.
Fuck. I say out loud.
And it's just now dawn. So dim light. She says, "Here they are. They continue off that way," and she kind of points off into. She points off to the northwest.
Well, I have half a mind to run off, but I will wait for my group.
She says, and she looks at the sky, and it is sort of snowing, but not too terribly hard right now. She says, "These tracks won't last long, but if they lead out into the wilderness, you will need to eat before you go. I don't intend on giving free food and free room and board to dead people." As she looks you very sternly in the face, almost addressing your comment earlier.
What? Excuse me?
She
At
just
this
sort of
point, have I finished my
brushes
meal?
past you. Yeah, I'd say at this point, if you're like kind of scarfing it down, yeah, it'd be done.
That, out of character, what is she talking about?
When you were kind of eyeing her after she said there's footprints out there.
Oh.
You guys, I'm going outside to see what they're up to. They just left us. How rude. Ali, thank you so much. I hope to see you again soon. Maybe
luck,
with
and
the head of a terrible creature.
Corey, can I get
really
this
hope-
to go?
I really hope you find what's going on.
Yes, yes.
Not for anyone else's sake, but for Trovis's. It's driving him crazy.
Oh, I can tell. I mean, yes, darling. I'm so sorry.
He's probably buried in the snow somewhere out there. If you see him,
Probably.
please send him here.
Okay, I will do. Thank you, Ali.
She leans over and says, "Do not let him go with you. If he tries to
Oh,
follow
no.
you, do not let him."
I will say, there is something urgent Ali wishes to speak to you about. Go. Okay.
Well, Allie was saying that to you, just kind of calling that out. Corey says,
I know.
Corey
That's
turns
my-
around. Oh, okay. Corey turns around and says, "Well, good luck." And she sort of acknowledges the rest of you. "I showed your friend, your name was
Aramil.
Aramil, where the tracks were. Back of the building. Leads off to the northwest."
Excellent. Clock's a ticking. No more talking. We go before the tracks go away. Yes, Airmill. Yes.
What food did they serve us?
Knucklehead trap.
Knucklehead trap.
Oh. Yes. Do you have like a roll of crackers?
Damn you, Aramel.
Get one of my
Corey,
rations from him.
Corey
Let's
reaches over the counter and pulls out just some kind of bread and just hands it to you.
Yes. And I just thank you, and we're off.
That would be probably worth about 3 rations.
Excellent. Show us those tracks.
Yes, they were this way. We should make
go. They
haste.
sit around the building. I'm going.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll like tap Sin when to get there where we were standing, and say, "Look, see, there they are. They go that way."
Oh my goodness, I see them.
I start to dash.
Okay. So I'm going to bring us over here to map of Caer Konig. The red marker is now on the spot where the tracks were, and they seem to be leading off in this direction here.
In that direction we go, long as we can.
Okay. So, you follow the footprints, and the light snow actually does help, as you're able to follow these tracks without them being completely filled in. The further you go, though, they get lighter and lighter and lighter. But you don't lose them. Eventually, after about probably 30 minutes, you find the tracks converge. It's a single set of tracks, but you see these tracks disappear, and another set of tracks, a much larger set of tracks with almost like track marks behind it, almost like a sled behind it, right there, and they continue off in that northwestern direction. What are we all doing?
Well, noticing this new set of tracks, I'll look at the group and say, well, I think you can all tell kind of what this is, but looks like wherever this goes might be a long trek. So, and I'll reach into my pack and get some snowshoes out and start just putting them on.
I mean, we can't have been that far behind them. It was only maybe an hour.
I'd also like to
Indeed.
note that the larger tracks are like footprint tracks. They're not like animal tracks.
Oh, I thought you said they're like something was being dragged, like a sled or something.
Yeah, there's sled marks, and then it looks like... I'll tell you what, make a survival check for me. Anybody who wants to look at the tracks, make a survival check.
Oh, hell yeah, let's look at some tracks.
Can I use my inspiration to gain advantage on that roll?
You can.
Thanks.
All right, so Sandy, you're just kind of looking at the snow. Looks pretty... It's nice outside. You feel good. Sucinda, you're more kind of concerned with the sled tracks themselves. Wilzu and Bless You and Aramel, both of you kneel down and look at these tracks, and you can tell that these... It is almost identical to that of some sort of ogre.
Aramel, you seeing this?
Yes.
What the?
I don't know.
How is that possible, though? Could this be a? I'll like triple take the tracks to make sure I'm confident in what I'm deducing here, and then I'll say to the others, Sandy, Sucinda, these I don't really believe it, but do these look like maybe like ogre size to you?
We don't see a set coming and then going. It's just the one
They're
going
just
away.
going. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe the tiny creature got on the sled with the ogre pulling it.
It's possible the ogre could be waiting here.
Yes, exactly.
Well, at least now we might know what we're in for.
This is the pickup location. There is a criminal term for this that I cannot think of right now because my nose is driving me crazy. The unsub has a partner, and they met here.
Well, I guess let's continue on and be ready for the worst then. An ogre? What in the... I did not see that coming.
What tiny creatures do ogres like? It wouldn't be like a kobold or something, would it? I don't know.
No idea.
No, I don't know either.
Not an ogre
My voice is changing again because my magical remedy of my nose has stopped working.
What if the ogre was the small feet that became the big feet?
How is that possible? It's magical.
We watched dwarfs do it.
Right.
Yes, good point. I don't know.
That might be to our advantage if that's the case. Then only we have to deal with one thing, hopefully, as opposed to a big thing and a small thing.
Yes,
Well,
exactly.
We'll find out when we
Precisely.
get there.
We killed the
Indeed.
Yeti. I don't think it's gonna be much of a problem.
Well, here's to hoping, and I'll start pursuing those tracks.
I will talk crazy to it. Don't you worry.
Okay, you all continue on foot following these tracks. You're kind of pacing yourself at about a half mile an hour. And you travel, and you travel, and you travel for about 6 hours. And you're still following these tracks. I don't have any tracks here on the map, but I'll draw some for you here. So the tracks kind of go like that a little bit.
So I would say, after discovering this and realizing it might be ogre related, I was alert, like on guard for an ambush walking forward. But after maybe like 3 hours, I'd say I probably would drop my guard a bit. So I'm just gonna do this for my own sake and say, okay, I'm actually, I shake my head and I'm looking around still, just making sure nothing's gonna pop out of the snow at us.
Okay. I'll have you go ahead and make a perception check for me.
Okey doke. No.
Okay. So you just kind of continue following the tracks as you go.
Where are the tracks? I don't see them.
You don't see the red marks?
No. What red marks?
No.
Why don't I see the red
Nope.
marks?
I
I
don't
drew
know.
the red marks. I drew
see
them, I
nothing.
swear it.
Likely
They're
story.
buried in the snow very quickly.
Here, let me try this then. Oh, I know why.
Oh, I
Okay,
see them.
yeah,
It's a
yeah.
line.
All right, hold on. That's why. Because I drew them on a dumb layer. So the tracks actually going that way.
Have we been we've been following these for a while, everyone, but stay alert.
Yes.
For a
Go
few
ahead
more
and freeze right
hours.
there. You can continue your conversation though, but go ahead and freeze there.
I thought for sure we'd find something by now, but they just keep going.
I
Right. They
agree.
must be running like a sprinter.
See, this is why we need axe beaks right here.
I was going to buy one, but I could only afford one.
You have 50 gold?
Yes.
What?
Wow.
What?
I had 70. And then I bought the equipment in case if we were in a tricky position. Now I only have 54.
I think my ration holding fee is gonna. I'll get with my lawyers and get back to you.
I told you I could spot you some money, Sandy. It's not like I just would let you starve to death. My
Well, I s-
rations are your rations. If you need money, I have money. It's no big deal.
Wilzu, as you
It's
hear this
okay.
arguing, you
No
hear
big
the wind
deal.
sort of howling, and then all of a sudden you hear the wind fluttering, and it gets louder and louder and louder.
Oh no.
And
It's
at just kind of in a split second, you hear a and you look up and you see a winged creature actually clawing down toward you. And you see two large bird-like creatures staring down at you. Oops. That didn't mean to do that. Let me move them back here.
Can we tame them?
Yeah.
That look.
They look a little upset. And scared.
That look like this.
Can we tame
Horns
it?
on the top of their head, large wings off to the side, talons outstretched, coming straight for you. I need everybody to go ahead and roll initiative for me.
Hello.
Oh, I didn't have myself clicked, but I rolled a 5.
Okay. I will go ahead and click yourself and roll again, and I'll make it a 5.
Alright.
Sorry, I had to do that to your 22. All right, so these are going to get a surprise round on you, as one of them screeches down towards you, Wilzu, and attempts to rake you with its talons, which is going to miss. It is going to use its flyby and actually soar back up into the air. This one flying down towards you, Aramil, talons outstretched. 16 to hit for 8 piercing damage.
That'll do
As
it.
it also uses its flyby and soars about 20 feet back up in the air, and they start to swing around again. Aramil, that brings us to your turn. You're up first.
Perfect. I will. Yikes.
Oh, I'll need to put
jeez.
health bars on him here.
Yep. I will shoot an arrow because that's what I am and that's what I do. I'll shoot an arrow at this one.
Okay.
I'll take a knee to steady myself
Okay.
and then fire. There we go.
20 will hit.
Oof.
And that's
Nice.
going to be 7 piercing damage against this thing. And you nail this thing right in the side, and you hear it kind of let out a screech, but still flying.
Defensive positions! Defensive positions! End of turn.
That's going to bring us to this one here, who is going to swoop down and take another swipe at you. It's actually going to make a multi-attack against you, Wilzu, as it dives right at you. So it's going to use its talons. That's a 12 to hit.
Seeing this thing coming full force at me, I react with a shield.
Okay, what does that make your AC?
16.
Okay. And
Nice.
then it is as its talons sort of bounce off of this arcane shield around you, it sort of flips around and tries to gore you with its beak, which is also, you're able to dodge out of the way of that, and it continues its flyby up into the air. Sucinda.
I don't know what to do. This is terrible times for me. I hate
I
everything.
think you have a crossbow, right?
Yeah, but I'll use my crossbow. I will try to hit this one.
Okay.
Oh, actually, no, this one. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. That guy.
All right, you take aim with your crossbow.
Bloop. Oh, there's the damage. It didn't roll to hit. There we go.
That does hit, though, as an arrow sinks. It actually goes through its wing, and you see some blood kind of spurt out the back of it, and it sort of flutters in the air for a second, but regains its balance in the sky. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, it sure is.
Sandy.
I'd like to run over to Wilzu and protect him like he's a little dog and there's hawks above him. And kind of ready my axe and hold my action for when one of these bird things come in and try to take a swipe at it.
Okay. All right, so you're holding your action there. That's going to bring us to this one here, who is going to swoop down at you, Aramel, and again, multi-attack. One with talons, which is definitely going to hit
13
for 13 damage, and then is going to follow up with a gore. It's 11 to hit.
That'll miss.
All right, he misses, but he does use his flyby and soars back
no,
off into the
animal.
distance. Wilzu.
Can I use my action to conversate with Sandy some tactics?
Sure.
Okay. Sandy, what's the likelihood of you being able to grab one of these when it comes by and hold it down?
Grabbing it is gonna be the issue. Holding it down, nothing can out-wrestle me.
It comes by, grab it by its foot and hold it down, and we'll just beat it to death, okay?
Oh, all right, I'll go to shot.
I'm gonna just edge closer to Sandy, holding my knife at the ready.
Okay. All right, so, Aramel, you are up.
Hey, I feel terrible.
You just have to survive one more round, and then I have to step 5 feet closer so I can touch you.
Okay, great. I will walk over here, and then I will plant myself knee down, and then I will take shot at this one.
Okay.
Damn it.
That one's gonna soar wild as it actually dodges out of the way of your arrow as it sees it coming. It's. I'll tell you what. Make an insight check.
Damn.
Okay. I'd say, without giving away too much, looking at these things, it looks like there's some semblance of intelligence to these things. Like they're able to assess who a threat would be to them and who might not be, and act accordingly. At least that's been the evidence so far.
They seem to be watching us, learning us, knowing us.
Like velociraptors.
Like raptors.
That being said, this one is going to come in right here and attempt to attack you.
Wait, me?
Yes, Wilzu.
So
it's
I will be right under Sandy's ankles. Would he not be able to like reach over me at that point?
He will be able to after the attack, yeah. So it's
Okay.
going to come in and attack first, and then he'll get a chance to react and try to grapple it.
Okay.
All right, so it's going to come in with his talons. It's going to be a 14 to hit.
I will again put a barrier over myself.
All right, and then it's going to gore, which is a 20 to hit.
That'll pierce.
For 5 piercing as it finds just the right moment when your barrier kind of fades for a moment and bites into your shoulder and kind of rips out a chunk of your shoulder there, blood kind of staining the snow below you. Sandy, you can use your triggered action to try and grapple this thing if you would like.
Yes.
That is going to be your athletics versus its athletics or dexterity.
Okay. So yeah, while it's biting into Wilzu, I want to try to grab it and hold it down.
Okay, roll athletics.
Oh.
Okay. Against dexterity, it rolls a 12.
Oh.
So you kind of grab onto it a little bit, but it just sort of flutters and is able to use its flyby to fly back away. Sucinda.
I reach my hand out to my friend Aramil, who is dying. And I say, Aramil, why are you dying? I don't recommend that. It's not good. And I cast a second level Cure Wounds.
Oh.
And it is a terrible roll. I rolled a 5 and a 2. It's awful.
Thank
But
you.
I heal you for 9. It's better than nothing, I guess.
I will take it.
All right, Sandy, your turn.
Seeing this pattern that they're taking almost in turns, I'm assuming Aramel's still kind of on a knee.
Yes.
So I want to kind of like whip around and be ready for the other one to come back and try to swing by and from that angle.
Okay. So you're kind of readying. Are you trying to grapple, or are you going to try a baseball swing? Like, what are we doing?
This one I'll try a baseball swing because I know Aramel's not ready, like at the ready with a knife as Wilzu was.
Okay. Readying that attack. You see this creature here to the south start to swoop in, and it almost looks like it locks eyes with you and then darts the other direction and makes a swoop attack against Sucinda. 22 to hit for 8 damage.
You
Followed
got
up
me.
by a gore, which is going to miss, but since its talons hit while it dove at you, you're going to take an extra 2d8 damage from the sheer force of this thing crashing into
no, this is awful.
you. So an extra 15 damage, so you take a total
I am almost dead.
a total of 23 damage.
I react. I'm mad. I'm about to die at any given moment.
And this one flies up here with its flyby, and it just sort of hangs in the sky.
I did a reaction though. I do a reaction. I
Okay,
see
what's
it.
your action?
I catch its eyeballs, and I'm like, oh my god, I'm about to die. If anything even bites me barely, a mosquito could kill me right now. I point my finger at him, like, you bitch! Why'd you do this to me? It has to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay, what's
And
the
it has
DC?
to be a... Oh, it's only 12. They'll probably win. Do I want to do this? I feel like they're pretty dexterous. I don't do that because I need my second level. Just kidding. I do nothing and just think, oh, I'm dying. This is awful. Poor
Okay.
me.
Wilzu.
I'm seconds from death.
Do I have? Okay, I do.
I think you've got a potion of healing too, Sin.
Huh?
I think you've got a healing potion too as well.
I have that, but I might die before I can even use anything.
True. Just pointing it out.
I don't think I have a healing potion though.
You do.
Potion
I
of
just
healing. Just kidding,
I
I
just looked
do.
at your inventory. Wilzu.
I am going to take one of my rocks and catapult that one at the second level.
Okay.
He needs to make a dex save.
Wow.
Okay.
Damn.
Ooh,
It
come on.
fails.
Oh.
21 damage as this rock sails through the air at bullet speed and actually flies directly through the chest of this thing, and you hear it let out a blood-curdling screech as blood just kind of flies out of the back of it and stains the snow beneath it. And it is barely hanging in the sky. Barely for life.
I'm
Aramil.
going to huddle in the group a bit more.
I will pull out my potion and I will shove it in Sin's mouth and I will heal her for whatever this rolls. Heal you for 9.
I heal you for 9, you heal me for 9. This is beautiful. I love it.
Teamwork. And then I will try and make myself low as possible, and I will end my turn.
Okay. It's going to bring us to this weak one who is going to dive down again towards you, Wilzu. And this is the end. Actually, this is the beginning of the round. So yeah. So Sandy, your swing would not apply here. And is going to attempt to talon you. 16.
Oh, gotta take it.
And it flies down sort of. It looks pretty weak as it flies down, so it doesn't seem like it has the energy to do its multi-attack that it had a moment ago, but it does continue to fly off and hover in the sky and turn around and just look back down at you all. Sin, you're up.
Vilzu, can you survive if I try and murder it?
Maybe? Yeah, just kill it.
I will try my best. I try and attack the one that is hurt.
Okay, what are you using to attack?
Well, I'm glad that you asked, because I plan on doing guiding bolt.
Okay.
I have to make a ranged spell attack. I'm gonna try and just hit this button and see if I'm still confused with this. Maybe I just cast on VTT? No, just kidding. I'm gonna click this button. Well, it'll be a 17 if I hit it, but I know I just need to figure out how that? No. Oh man, a 6. That doesn't hit.
So whatever you click that second time is what you need to click every time, because that did the hit and the damage. But it goes flying
Nothing
wild.
happened.
Sandy.
I'm
Let
so
me ask.
sorry.
So Sandy, does that end your turn?
Well, actually, I'm going to take a step this way to try and cover my friend Wilzu.
Okay.
Vilzu, I will die for you.
Wow.
Sandy,
Okay.
you're up.
Getting mad but not raging quite yet. I want to lock eyes with the one that obviously avoided me and fears the sheer strength of Sandy Ravage, and really try to be ready for when this thing comes down to try to take a baseball swing at it.
So just as a point, I would like to point out, since we're still new in this campaign, you do have a javelin, and that is something you can throw or use as a melee weapon.
Fair.
Not saying that that's what I'm recommending.
Yeah.
I'm just pointing it out.
I'm still gonna try to swing at this thing,
Okay.
as I can throw a javelin miles, but my accuracy may not be 100.
Okay.
Over the mountains.
Over the mountains. All right. So you're holding your turn until what? This one swoops in.
The one on the hill, or the one.
The one up here.
Yeah.
Until it is attacking Wilzu.
I'm hoping it flies close enough to me. I'm gonna kind of guess it's going towards Aramel, so I'll lean more heavy towards the left
Okay.
of the group, as I'm kind of in the middle.
Okay. And your guess pays off, as this one does attempt to fly down towards Aramil. It is going to get its attack, at least its first attack. It is going to do a multi-attack. It's going to do its talons, which is a 16 to hit
I'm unconscious.
for 10 piercing damage. But as it's clawing it, you can take your reaction, Sandy. 12 to hit is just barely going to miss, as this thing continues to fly off and hover in the air. Wilzu.
I'm gonna try to finish it with. I don't want to use another spell out here in the tundra and be weak for later stuff. I'm gonna firebolt. I'm just gonna firebolt him.
Which one?
The wounded one, the super wounded one.
Okay. That's a 13 to hit?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that barely hits.
Nice.
But you do make contact, and you see some flames sort of flicker around some of its feathers and char it. But it's barely still clinging on to life.
Damn it. Okay, I'm just hoping. Just gonna stay here and hope.
Aramil, I need you to make a death save. It's one success. Okay. This one here is going to dive down towards you, Wilzu, after being attacked by a firebolt. Still too weak to do a multi-attack, but will attack you with talons.
Damn.
It's going to be a 20 for 9 damage.
That is gonna hit. Would that? I don't know if it makes a difference. Would that be the 9 though? That wouldn't be 5.
It's let's see.
Wasn't a natural 20.
This is a 15
Damage
plus 5.
4 piercing.
Mm-hmm. I think the 5 plus 4 would be like I don't know, it's crit or something.
The 25.
Yeah, I don't know why it did. Oh yeah, so it would just be the 5. Yeah, my mistake.
Okay, irrelevant.
5
I'm
piercing
down.
damage,
I pass out on the snow.
and it will continue with its flyby and weakly sneeze
you.
and fly into the distance. As this thing is just sort of barely flapping in the sky. Lucinda.
Everybody is dying around me. I don't know what to do right now. If I drink a potion, would that be my action, or is that like a bonus?
I believe that's an action.
I have a
double check
mystical blue potion that I just think I might drink right now, just to... Why not? Maybe it'll help me. Maybe it'll kill me. I don't know.
Let me see here. Let's see. A memento. I'm fairly certain it's an action because I remember having a conversation.
I'm pretty sure it's an action.
Yeah, potion's an action.
With Sigor when we were playing Baldur's Gate, that they made potions a bonus action. So yeah, it is an action to drink a potion.
Yep.
Well, I just feel like if I use another spell right now, I'm going to regret it in like 10 minutes when we fight the next thing. So I'm going to say, you guys, hang on just a minute longer. Let's hope that I murder this weak one. And I'm going to try to hit it with an arrow.
Okay, crossbow.
2 piercing.
It's
No
gonna
hit. You
fly off
guys,
into the
it was
distance.
awful. I should have tried to heal one of you. What was I thinking? I am an idiot.
You would have
Sandy.
regretted it. I can't say.
I'll kneel down and toss one of these potions of healings into Aramel's throat.
Okay.
Nope.
So you can actually where it says 2d4 plus 2, you can click that and it'll roll it for you. There you go.
8.
Dang, that's a good.
That was a good roll.
Wow.
Take it. Yes. Ugh.
Okay. As you is that in your turn?
It does.
Okay. So as you're kneeling down, putting this potion in, this creature up here begins to swoop down towards you to attack you, Sandy, with a multi-attack. Its talons are going to miss. Its gore is going to miss, and it's going to continue to fly on by and hover back up in the sky. Wilzo, I need you to make a death save for me.
That's
Natural
You
20.
gain
Damn.
1 hit point, and you shoot
wow.
back to life with 1 hit point.
Solid roll.
Oh, I'm not done yet.
Aramil.
I will slide. I will stand up. I will slide to the left to get a better shot. I will
Okay.
take a knee, and I will shoot an arrow at this one.
Okay.
Damn it!
Soars through the air. This is that
End
end
of
your turn?
turn.
Okay.
Yep.
This one's going to very weakly, almost desperately, swing down towards you, Sucinda, and try to talon you. It's going to be a 12 to hit.
You do not. I am barely stronger than you. Haha.
Okay. It flies on by in this direction. Sucinda, it is your turn.
Why did you try to murder me? I will now try to murder you instead. Oh.
It's the Beast. What's up? We do meet again. Welcome back. We're in a apparently deadly fight that I didn't expect to be deadly.
It's very deadly.
The
all
rolls
about
are
the
not in the
dice.
favor of the party.
No.
I need it to make a wisdom saving throw. I'm going to
Arrows.
try and toll the dead it.
Okay.
Natural.
You,
Please,
can you,
fail.
can you link Toll the Dead?
Yes, I can. There you go. I clicked it. Why is it not popping up?
It takes a
Click
second
it.
sometimes. It takes a second sometimes. Roll 20
I-
can be a little slow. There it is. Let's see, 60 feet? Wisdom
It will
save,
take
all right.
1d12 if it fails.
And what's your DC?
12.
It fails.
Perfect.
You see this thing's eyes.
Only 2.
You see this thing's eyes roll kind of back in its head a little bit, and you see it start to fall before it eventually flaps and barely manages to hold itself back up.
What a joke. I tell you.
Sandy.
I'm going to try to chunk a javelin.
you've had enough.
Yeah, I keep missing. I can't tackle, so I'm gonna try to chunk a javelin at this north one, kind of like over Wilzu's head.
Okay, so you've got. Okay, that one just goes flying, and you see it just stick in the snow down on the ground, and you could probably recover it. You see it just kind of hanging out in the snow over there. Does that end your turn?
Yes, and the rage fuels in me.
This one narrowly dodging your javelin looks back at Sucinda and makes a diving attack towards her. And
Please
is going
don't
to
kill me.
multi-attack.
Miss me.
It's going to be a 13 to hit.
That's my AC.
You're going to take 8 piercing.
Oh no, I'm dying.
It's going to miss its gore.
Oh,
but
thank God.
you are also going to take the dive attack bonus damage, which is 2d8.
I'm down.
So that's going to be 14 plus 8.
What does that mean if I'm like negative 12 health?
You're unconscious.
I'm dead.
fall to the
Oh
ground.
no.
It will fly back over here. Wilzu.
I'm gonna stand up and lob a firebolt at the should be dead one.
Okay.
If I could find my firebolt, there it is. God damn it!
Flies through the sky. This thing barely clinging to health. You see,
I'm gonna lay down next to Sucinda's body, like get lower than it.
You see Sucinda just bleeding out on the snow next to you. She has large talon gash marks across her chest that just seep into the now red snow beneath her as she's just barely breathing. Aramil.
Well, I'm gonna do something different, and I'll shoot a crossbow at this thing. A short bow.
All right, you knock your arrow, you shoot, and the wind just catches it and throws it off into the distance. Which brings us back.
sit
to
down
this
and make
one.
my peace with my.
Who is going
It's been a good
to?
life.
Who is going to try and fly down and attack you?
Nat 20.
It's going to actually try and just gore you with its beak,
Oh man.
which does
There
hit
it
for
is.
6 damage.
I'm still up. It's okay. I'm up.
And it will fly by
Okay.
as it takes a chunk out of your arm and flies back up into the air. Sucinda, make a death save for me.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just overcome with emotion right now. Do I just roll a d20?
You roll a
Is there
d20.
something-
Yeah, there's a button. It's whatever.
There is a button on your sheet.
Where?
If you click your health,
Yeah.
it's in the middle of the boxes. Hey,
That is a success.
nice.
Praise
One
be.
success. Okay. That is gonna bring us to Sandy.
Seeing that everyone is almost dead around me, I'm going to turn around and try to finish this thing that none of the rest of my party can seem to finish.
I'm
Including you. You're part of that party.
Wow.
I threw at the other one. I haven't thrown at this one yet.
All right.
There you go.
You let loose a javelin, and it looks like the way it leaves your hand, it almost is shaky and veers off in the wrong direction. But this thing, hurt as it is, actually sort of falters down right into the direction, and your javelin spears it right through the throat as
Yes.
it just tries to let out some sort of scream or something, but falls to the ground completely motionless and stains the snow red. The other one in the distance sees that, lets out a and flies off quickly towards the
praise
mountain
be.
and disappears. And we are now out of combat.
I'll take one of my healing potions and make Sucinda drink it. There it is.
Oh, that was not great.
Sucinda, you heal for if I can type this out. 8.
I'm alive! I'm alive!
We're barely here.
Yeah, that was I'm gonna stand up and walk over to the one on the ground. What the hell are these? Hippogriffs? No, they're not hippogriffs. What are these?
Make
I'm gonna-
a
Study this thing.
yeah, make a let's say look at something real quick. I need to remember what ability is what. Why don't you make a history check?
I can do some history.
Wow.
These look like they are winged creatures, kind of bird creatures, called peritons. And you know that they normally live in mountainous areas, and that they normally have a mate that they mate with for life, but they frequently go out and hunt mainly humanoid creatures and attempt to rip out their hearts in order to feed their young.
So very, very picky birds.
Yes.
Nah.
Would I know
And
them to
very
be edible?
vicious. Yes.
Oh, excellent. I'll stagger back to Sandy. Sandy, you skewered dinner down there if you're interested.
I could cook it up, but it's still fairly morning. Maybe a brunch.
Yeah, you know what? Brunch sounds good. Let's take a nice hour to 4 brunch.
Yes, we're all terrible except for you, Sandy.
do you guys want to to naturally heal yourself, or do you want me to pray over us? If I pray over us, then I can't do anything fancy for the rest of the day. So you
Hey,
tell
we're
me.
taking a break. Let's just try to tend to our own wounds for now.
Okay.
Right. I don't know if we should go back or keep going.
I'll
We're
look
in
at
terrible
myself.
shape.
Yeah. Wounds.
How long are we resting?
How long do we
As
have
long
to
as it takes.
spend some hit die, Mr. GM?
So if you're looking to just take a short rest, that is,
3 hours.
I believe, a short rest is 1 hour of light activity. So you don't even have to sleep. So you just hang out basically for an hour. You can use.
Do I
your
get
hit
my
die.
spells back? No.
Not on a regular. There is a variant though.
Where it's 3
so-
hours.
Well,
Some of us
so
do.
if you need to get some of your spells back, you, instead of the 3 hours of no activity and doing your hit die, you can instead take a nap and get, let's see, you're level 3, you'd be able to get 3 spell slots back.
And how long would that be?
It's the same time, like an hour. It just, you can either pick your level in spell slots or use hit die, either one.
Oh, I'm gonna use my hit die. Bloop.
We should have 3 of those hit die right now. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
One
Let's
hit
roll
die
some
for
hit
each
die.
level.
I rolled perfectly, literally perfectly. Wow, I'm at my max. This is amazing. That could not have gone better for me.
I'll walk it off.
Okay.
Well, that was not great.
You were assaulted by birds.
Well,
The track's still in front of you, slowly filling up with snow.
Yeah, we need to, guys. We gotta press on.
Are you
I
guys
think we're
okay?
okay.
Do I need to heal you?
Oh, I feel fantastic.
Save your heals for now, Sucinda, until
I have one healing potion. Does
until we
anybody
get
want
more
it?
dire.
that's
Okay.
probably the last one we got.
I have another one on me.
Yeah. Thank you.
Let's walk and talk though. Sandy, do you mind taking the lead? Next time birds come in, I want you to be able to swat them before they try to rip my face off.
If I could hit him this time with my axe. As I'm walking up there, I'd like to grab the one javelin that I missed.
Okay, you get one javelin back. You could also get the one back out of the corpse if you wanted.
Okay. Yeah, I'll try to pull that thing out.
Yep, you just pull it out.
All right. More than ready.
And it's definitely, during the quote-unquote daytime at this point. So your vision is that of kind of low light, dim light. So if you can see in dim light, you can see your regular amount. If you cannot see in dim light, you can just see in your immediate vicinity unless you have a torch or something.
Aramel, you're being left behind. Come on.
Sorry, I'm just not together.
I told you I
Barely.
could have healed you. That is on you.
I'm here.
Okay. So we're continuing on?
Barely.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, with Sandy leading the way.
Yes, sir.
All right, and what's the marching order after Sandy?
I'll be behind Sandy.
And then after that?
I am third.
Okay. And
4th it
then,
is.
Sandy, since it's kind of dark and everything, are you lighting a torch or anything like that?
Yeah, as it starts getting darker, I'll light the lantern I have.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of again, it's never bright, right? It's just it's dim light right now. There we go. After about another hour of following these tracks, you see in the distance, it's almost like the base of Kelvin's Cairn, the foothills of the mountain, start to form almost like an alcove. And in the distance, you can see what looks like to be a smooth structure built in the distance.
Oh, there we are. What the hell? There's something out in the middle of nowhere here?
Yeah,
What is
I
our
see it.
Incarnation?
There's a
what is our-
giant frozen face.
What's our surroundings look like right here, GM? Are we in like a chasm of some sort, or
Yes. So on each side, you're down in sort of this chasm, and again, it's kind of an alcove. There is sort of a path that you can see there with a small little river, creek, kind of leading over it. There's a wooden bridge there. These kind of different tiers that you see are actually fairly smooth as they go up. But each one increases by about 10 feet all the way up until you see the kind of edge of this kind of cliff side here. Right here, you can see what looks like the edge of some sort of stone structure that looks man-made. And it looks as if it's very plain, very smooth. There's no decoration to it. But it looks like there are small little, maybe 1 foot to 2 foot slits about every 5 feet around this thing, at least in the direction that you're facing.
all right? I guess let's go see if anyone's home, huh?
Yeah.
And here, I can actually reveal this here. This may help you here. Damn it.
I draw an arrow.
Right. So at the very bottom, this is I'm just showing you guys kind of the elevation here. So basically up here on this highest tier, wait, you guys can't see that, hold on. Up here kind of on this highest level here, that's about even with where you've been traveling so far. Down where you are right now, it's kind of sloped down. So it's about you're about 30 feet below whatever this structure is in front of you here, up here.
You guys, do we need to climb it?
I don't know if we
and you could
can.
walk it. It's on the map. It's kind of tiered, but it's a smooth kind of incline. The only thing that's jagged is this very final like rock face cliff up here.
All right. Well, now or never, huh? Let's ascend up to that building thing up there that definitely isn't occupied and watching us approach.
I have my arrow at the ready. If I see an ogre, I'll shoot it.
Okay. Are we trying to peek into this thing?
Yeah, I'm trying to look for any way around or in it right now.
Okay. So looking in, you see. Actually, everybody make a stealth. Bless you. Everybody make a stealth check for me. And Sandy, you do it with disadvantage because you're carrying a torch.
Oh.
Still good though.
Best roll all night.
Nice.
So
We are
let's
the wind.
see.
Minus
No.
me.
Yep.
I am not the wind. I sneezed.
Yep. So you let out a sneeze, and looking in, you see a dark-skinned dwarf that seems to be kind of just looking out in the other direction, in the southwest direction. He seems to be kind of bored. You hear him kind of whistle a little bit until he hears a sneeze. He
It's the wind.
And he turns around. Sucinda, I will allow you to make a reaction right now to make one more stealth check to try and hide if you'd like to.
Can I cast? Let me see. Can I cast Pass Without Trace?
Can you link it for me?
Yeah. Did I do something? Did it show up?
Yeah, it did.
Mm-hmm.
You can.
I cast that.
Okay.
And now I need to make a stealth check.
Let's see. Veil of shadows and silence radiates from masking you and your companions from protection.
Wow,
Within
plus
30
10.
feet of you. So, everybody else already passed there, so go ahead and roll another stealth check for me.
Do I just click this plus 10? I'm gonna try that and see if that works.
Let's see. D20.
Wow, I rolled a 1.
You did roll one. But, that actually is barely enough. As you sort of, are able to manipulate the snow and the haze and the fog to kind of obscure you, as this dwarf turns around and actually looks out in your exact direction. Just for a moment, though. And then turns back and goes back the other direction.
I'll kind of look at the party and see what everyone's doing. Is everyone just kind of stopped in their tracks?
At the
I
moment,
send a message to Wilzu.
and this is just a standalone tower. Now that you're close enough to it, there is no other structure connected to this thing that you can see.
I'll send a message to Wilzu. And I'll say, let me look real quick.
I'll respond. One guard, half-assing. If you could take him out, by all means.
And Wilzu, the other thing you notice is north of you, there are no more arrow slits. It seems like the arrow slits are only on this kind of south, and looking in, the south and the southwest side. It looks like the rest of the room is solid with no windows.
Okay.
So I will, with the plus 10, I will just the wind move forward quietly.
All right, you're able to do so.
I'm looking for like the door, I guess.
So peeking in, you see a hatch in the floor, but there is no door that leads into this building from the outside.
But I can kind of like angle myself in one of these slits to see him.
You can. Again, they're only about a foot wide, so it's hard to kind of, you really have to kind of move to see different angles in there. But you see the same thing Wilzu does now, that this this eastern wall is completely solid. And from looking in there, the arrow slits only seem to be on the south and southwest sides of this tower.
Okay.
How tall is it?
It is about probably 20 feet tall.
Oof.
I will find the groove since it's kind of in between two spots.
Okay.
And then I will have my arrow, and I'm going to carefully just sit, control my breathing,
Okay.
and I'm going to aim for the back of its head.
Okay. Go ahead and make an attack roll with advantage. That is barely going to hit.
Yeah, I'd love to, yeah.
As the arrow sinks into the back of this thing's, into the back of this dwarves armor, you find just the perfect little spot for it to actually sink into. And I'm gonna zoom in here for the stream.
Does that apply?
go.
The assassinate?
Let's see, assassinate. You have advantage. Roll.
I guess the last sentence, really.
Ooh, a crit.
Yes. So it's going to be maximum damage. So that's going to be 9 and then 12. Yeah. So,
Oof.
21 damage
Oof.
against this thing as this arrow sinks right into the back shoulder of this. And you hear it yell out in pain, just. Let me put a health bar up here. There we go. As this thing is still barely living, and it's going to take its reaction to run and jump down this little hatch here and disappear.
Is it my turn?
There is no initiative
Well?
right now.
I have a creative idea. I would like to cast duplicity inside of the thing.
Okay.
And let me know if this will work or not. But according here, let me link it. I can create an illusion of myself that lasts for 1 minute. If it appears in a space that I can see, which I can look through the little peephole, I can move the illusion up to 30 feet to a space. So maybe if I can see it, then I can see it having gone down, and I can cast something against it, is what I'm thinking.
So it jumped down. So this door was in the floor. So it kind of lifted up the door and went down in it and closed the door behind it.
I can't, like, open the door and I can still see it as my illusionary self? Probably no.
As an illusion, I don't think you can actually interact physically.
Well, I was just going to cast a spell if I could see it.
You cannot see it currently. But you do have a good look on the inside of the room.
Okay,
you
never
can see
mind.
where all the arrow slits are, and you see the door.
Never mind.
I was.
Again, sorry, what?
Well, I for sure thought I'd kill it. Well, it's gone. It must
Aaron,
barely
no.
be alive.
That was a wonderful shot, perfectly aimed and perfectly timed, but it seems like the gods are determined to not let you have a win here.
Yeah.
So, good try, man.
I run around looking for a door that's not there.
There is no door, no.
There is no door in, I kind of say out loud.
I want to look out to where we just, like, to make sure that it's not going to be, like, lower than us if it emerges.
So looking down, you don't see any other, you don't see any other structures or any other doors or anything, even without a perception check. I will have, Aramel and Sandy, both of you make a perception check.
Rats.
Okay, Aramel,
Man.
just briefly through the snow falling, off to the northwest, you see just for a moment the silhouette of a much larger dark gray structure.
There's something out there, and I like point towards it.
What do you mean by something?
Something.
Like a building? A thing? A person?
There. Something, a structure. And I point in the right direction.
Jonathan, there are 2 Sucindas.
Yep.
You can delete. One was your duplicitous image.
Well, I was
Delete it.
saying if I could cast that, would that be possible? I didn't actually cast it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, your duplicate's gone now.
We should
on, we
make
gotta-
haste.
Yeah, we gotta keep moving now that we've
Right.
alerted the scout.
Right. We should not be near this one.
And as you move a little closer towards the west, you see a blocky stronghold just bereft of warmth or charm, and it juts out of the mountainside in this rough crescent shape. Only part of its construction is visible. The rest is buried in the stone of the mountain. There's a large double door made of stone that looks like it serves as the main entrance, and the terrain leading to it is a gently upward sloping plain covered with fresh snow. You can see there's a spot where a stream used to flow out of a barred culvert northeast of the main entrance, but the waterway is frozen. 2 other barred openings can be seen along the stronghold's northern walls, which I will ping here. Actually, you can't. I don't know if you can see that. Can you see this ping here?
Yeah, a little bit.
All right, so there's a barred opening there, and there's a barred opening here.
What's a bard opening?
Like bars, like jail bars.
Oh.
Yeah. On that northern wall, and it would be pretty obvious that anyone that would be positioned behind those openings would have a pretty unobstructed view of the hillside.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get him a little bit lower here. He's on lower level.
Yeah.
And again, I just want to remind you, even though on the map it's kind of like separated by like jaggedness, it's actually a smooth slope down.
Well, this is a huge fortress.
Yeah, in the middle of nowhere. What the hell is this?
That is their stronghold, maybe.
It might be ours now.
We know. Are you capable of storming a fortress?
Well, with my 3 badass companions, I really hope so.
I've got a bad feeling about this, as they say.
I know this.
In the
Sorry.
in the distance, you hear a.
We should leave. We should
like
leave.
a horn being blown.
As soon as that horn blows, I'll start retreating. Yep, I agree. Let's leave.
We don't know how many there are.
And as you do, Sandy, you and Sucinda in the back, 2 arrows fly from the barred openings in the
They
back
would see us
towards
even
you.
with my pass without trace.
In the very broad opening, yes, they would see you there. It helps you if you're sneaking, but you're literally standing out in the middle of the open right now.
I understand.
We're just not leaving.
I understand.
We leave no footprints.
And they are both going to. You're gonna see 2 arrows actually come toward you. Let me. Here we go. That. The first one is going to come at you, Sandy. I apologize. Actually, it's going to be a javelin that's hurled towards you. It's going to be a 21 to hit.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
As you feel a javelin just sink into the back of your arm right here on the kind of almost near your shoulder. As it doesn't sink into you, it just kind of goes through and slices your arm. The next one is coming at you, Sucinda.
Oh,
It's
shit.
going to be for 7 damage as it slices you.
Got me.
It seemed like these javelins were kind of on their way arcing down. So we're still not in initiative. You all can move freely.
We should leave.
Yep, come on, let's go.
I'm
Start,
going. Let's go.
dashing away.
Sandy, come on. Sandy.
All right, so you're all kind of sliding down this snowbank, down 10, 20, 30 feet until you hit the bottom. And there's a little frozen river there that you find as you just dart off into the distance away. And that's where we're going to go ahead and call it for tonight. We all found something.
Found a fortress.
Yep.
Terrible.
Those birds fucked you up way worse than they were supposed to.
They did a lot of work.
Yes. Yeah,
They
they
fucked
did.
you up way worse than they were supposed to. I blame it on the dice, honestly.
Yeah.
Like
That
normally as a player, if you're like, it's my dice's fault, it's like, shut up. But as the DM, I'll say the dice were not in your favor there.
No.
Not at all.
That could have been handled way more efficiently had the dice been in your favor. But it seems like you've kind of maybe found the source of whatever is robbing and thieving Caer Konig. I wonder what's inside that big fortress.
Dwarves.
You've already run into some in East Haven, and they seem to have some sort of agenda there. Possibly something similar here.
And we can get my rock back. We got my rock, right?
Very, very possibly they might have your rock. Who knows? We won't know until you guys go in there. If you go in there. But I guess we'll find out not next week, but the week after. Because we all might be sick next Saturday.
Yeah.
Because
We're
we're having
penciling it in.
we're having Bill Gates microchips injected into us on Friday, and generally that's a bad time the next day. So
The 5G's pretty good.
yeah, no, we get great cell reception apparently afterwards. So silver linings, right? So make sure and join. Regardless, we're probably going to be streaming. Somebody's going to be streaming something on Saturday for sure. We might not be at 100% capacity, and it won't be D&D. But the following Saturday we will be back. I think we'll be down a man. I think you said you've got to miss the next week. Airmill.
No, Airmill missed the same week. We're all.
Yeah, just the
So-
10th.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Never mind.
Yeah.
All right. So we will be back to continue right here where we left off on the 17th, Saturday the 17th, and then equally exciting, that very next Monday on the 19th, we're starting our Avernus campaign, which is DM'd by Mr. Wilzu Snapplegap, aka Sigor himself. So make sure to check out that. Join us from the very beginning so you get the whole story. It's going to be fun. We've got some new players joining us there. It's definitely going to be different. And just as a reminder, we are doing a special subscription goal this month. I see your face over there, Sandy. So
No, don't look at me.
So for April, all the way until the 1st of May, if we reach 50 subs, Mr. Sandy will eat the world's hottest gummy bear, which apparently is like 5 or 6 times hotter than the chip we ate, the little nitro. And if we hit 75, I'll eat one too, and it will be live because we'll all be together in person, and we'll just hug it. We'll hug it out, and we'll hug each other for it. And just so you know, all the subs that we get, the money that we make from it, we are going to be trying to get together the resources to get a standalone studio where we can be permanently set up, where we don't have to transform my living room every weekend to do D&D, and just have a better, more efficient setup. So that being said, we appreciate you all being here with us tonight. We hope you enjoyed the stream. and we will see you all next time. You all have a great night. Bye.